Hi everyone, we're back with our buying review series. Today we'll take a look at the Mercedes S-Klasse W220. This was the successor of the iconic W140. The 140 was very reliable, so how about the W220? Let's find out. In this video we will focus at the S-Klasse that was launched at the beginning of the 21st century. This S-Klasse, in my eyes, the most beautiful S-Klasse to date. The internal code of this particular car is W220. It is perhaps one of the most prestigious brands on the market, Mercedes-Benz. When you think about a Benz, you almost immediately think about the S-Klasse, the most luxury Mercedes of all the various Mercedes models. This is the chosen car for captains of industry and state officials. It is both luxury and full of the latest technology. In the S-Klasse you will always find a combination of the latest technology, and Mercedes goes to extreme lengths to make this car the most comfortable in its class. This makes it a popular car even for second-hand buyers. But there are issues out there that you should look out for. The Mercedes W220 was built from 1998 until 2005, and this was the 4th generation S-Klasse. By the way, the S from S-Klasse stands for special. The car came with a whole list of engine choices, from an inline 4 engine to the various V6, V8 and even V12 engines. AMG also tuned the S-Klasse in 2003 with the introduction of the S65 AMG. At the time the most powerful engine to be placed in an S-Klasse. This car is now potentially 20 years old, since the early models are from the late 90s. Is it a good car to buy, and how about reliability? This car had many new technologies like air suspension, automatic body control, 4MATIC all-wheel drive, radar-guided cruise control, active cylinder control, and of course ABS, traction control and many other computer-guided safety features. While some car magazines called the W220 not reliable, the later facelifted models that were built from 2003 until the production year 2005 seem to be more reliable. Especially when it comes to electronical issues that early production models suffer from. Build quality is overall good, but keep your eye on the rust on the body panels of the car. This issue is well known and documented for every Mercedes that rolled off the production line in the early 2000s. The paint had a water basis and this results in rust 10-15 years down the line, depending on where you're from. Check the front and rear fenders for rust, and the doors. Obviously, a Mercedes S-Klasse will rust easier in Scandinavia than for instance Southern California. So is this a car that you should buy? These cars depreciated far enough so that this car is in reach for many people. It's a big and heavy car with lots of complex technology. It has a stylish and timeless design and it has quite some road presence. Of course, the technology in this car is 20 years old. But the overall look and feel of the car are its major selling points. You can own a flagship Mercedes-Benz for little money nowadays. But to be able to keep it rolling, you need to put aside some money and some time. These are complex vehicles that deserve time and effort. But if something breaks, you better have some cash. This is not the type of car you should buy with your last money, so to speak. You can use this car as a daily driver, for instance, or just as a luxury car for the weekend to cover long distances in great comfort. Let's talk about the engines. Mercedes had 15 different engine specifications for sale for this model, both diesel and petrol powered units. Engines are quite reliable, especially the CDI diesels. When opting for the S320 CDI, make sure to check if the injectors have either been replaced or check the overall condition of the injectors, since these parts of the CDI engines can cause trouble. Injectors are always costly to replace for diesel engines, and the Mercedes S-Klasse is no exception. Other technologies like active body control is a delicate technique that could break down, and this is expensive to fix. Keep that in mind. The same goes for the aromatic suspension. Nice technology, but when it breaks, it will cost you dearly. So make sure you check if the car is leveled horizontally when parked. The aromatic pump is a pricey part to replace. It will take the mechanics quite a long time to replace this part. This will result into a huge bill, especially at a Mercedes dealership. So yes, you can buy this type of car for less than 10% of the original purchase price. But make sure you still have some cash to pay for repairs if needed. And as always, make sure the car has regular maintenance done to it, especially the V12 engines. If you know a thing or two about cars, you can do the maintenance for the car yourself. I would go for the V8 engine. It's less complex than the V12 and it's easier on fuel and it can take a whole lot more beating. If you're less into do-it-yourself repairs and mechanics, I would definitely go for the facelifted models from 2003 until 2006. These cars tend to be more reliable than the early production models. Thanks for watching this video. If you find it interesting, let me know. If you want to keep updated with the latest videos, then hit subscribe. I hope to see you guys in the next one.